Alright, students, if you're watching this video, it means you've probably finished your first intro video for GTV, and now we just need to put the finishing touches on it. The finishing touches are the countdown timer that says GTV will start in and has a 60-second clock running, and then at the end the little GTV animated tag that brands the show. Yeah, you need to throw that on. So here's how you do this. So if this is my finished video down here, I need to put over the top of it the 60-second countdown clock first. So let me show you where you find that. You go Import, and you'll find it under the GTV 1415 folder. At least this year. That may change in future years, so if you're watching this in a future year, then go wherever I tell you to go. So right now you go to Public, then you go to GTV 1415. Again, reminder, I tell about 50 students this every single day. If you don't see Public here, that means you're not connected to the GTV senior film drive. You connect to that by going to Finder. Under Shared, you open up Granger Senior Film and you click on Public. If you don't see Granger Senior Film, then you need to go to All, and it will be at the bottom of these servers, Granger Senior Film. Okay. So once you've connected to Public, you can see these folders. You can come back to iMovie, and you'll see the Public folder there. Okay. So in Public, you go to GTV 1415. You can double click them, but I like to use the drop down arrows to just open them up that way. This server's been running slow lately, so I apologize for the pinwheel of death. Okay. Now you are looking for the folder called Pre-Video Stuff. And where did it go? Right here, Pre-Video Stuff. Inside Pre-Video Stuff, I've put some little templates and different things that we use from time to time on our intro videos. So waiting. Under Pre-Video Stuff, there are two files you're going to need. One is the GTV first intro, and one's the 60-second clock countdown. So I select first. Where did it go? Okay, under Pre-Video Stuff, I select the GTV first intro, and then I'm looking for the 60-second clock countdown. Okay, select both of those, click Import. So you see I now have the clock importing, and it's also importing the little 7-second tag that we throw at the end of the video. Now, here's where it gets a little bit tricky. We now have to put this on top of the video and make it small so it fits over here in this corner. So once it's done importing, I'll show you how to do this. So the first thing we do is we double click on the clock. That selects the whole thing. See how the entire thing is highlighted in yellow? Means it's ready to go. I drag it down to my timeline, let it go above, not on top of, above my my show. Now, something you need to be aware of. By the way, the end of your videos should always fade out. The end of your intros should always fade out. That makes it look more professional. It gives closure to it. And they should also fade in to start. So I'm going to real quickly add a fade to black at the start so that it fades in like that. And I'm going to add a fade to black at the end so that it fades out. Okay. Then your video should be at least 60 seconds, but it might be, if it's shorter than 60 seconds, you probably need to make it longer. but it might be longer than 60 seconds. So it doesn't make sense to have a 60-second countdown clock start at the start of the video if your video is 2 minutes long like this video. So however long your video is, you need to take the clock and drag it to the end of the video so the start of the video won't have a clock, but then the clock will start partway through, okay, and it will count down to the end of the video. Now I've just got to make the countdown clock small so that I can see the video underneath it. I do this by double clicking on the countdown clock. I apologize, you don't actually need to double click apparently. Okay, you just select it. And then you come up top and you click on Enhance. Adjust, I apologize, you click on Adjust. Okay, if you don't already see this, you may already see this. If you do not see those tools that were just there, you click on Adjust. Okay, if Adjust is selected, it'll be in blue. We need to select the picture-in-picture where it says cutaway. Change this to picture-in-picture, and notice that shrinks it, but it's cut off. That's because it's cropping it. So we need to go to the crop tool. This little square symbol is the crop tool, and you need to have the crop tool set up in such a way that it shows the entire video of the countdown timer. Notice I did that by dragging the top left corner and by dragging the bottom right corner. Now the whole thing's selected. I now can go back to picture-in-picture and I see the entire thing. Okay, I can now drag this down to the corner. You want it right about there. Not mandatory, but I think it pops a little more if you add a drop shadow to it. Okay, and now the clock's ready to go. Now all you need is a title that reads GTV will start in 32 seconds or whatever the time is. So easiest way to do this is to go over to your titles, find a lower third that looks like it will line up well with the clock. And mine is dragging for some reason. Okay, I'll try this one, focus lower third. I drag this on top of the clock and I make it last the entire time that the clock is on there. Okay, then I just need to double click on my title and change it just like you've always changed titles. Change it to say GTV will start in. Okay, and then you want to change the font to one that's legible. Apparently the one I selected doesn't let you, but if you select a different one you can change it right there. Okay, and then with this one I'd like to put a couple spaces so that it shows up more over there, and I would like to use a different color, but you can't use a different color with this font, so I'm going to use a different one. We'll use the pop-up lower third. So I click and drag this above my timer, drag it out so it fills the entire timer length, and now I can change it. Double click on it, change it to say GTV. Okay. I don't know why it's not giving me edit options. The way some of these are animated, they don't give you edit options, so I'm not going to worry about it for right now. Space it in, but this is how you edit it if you'll choose one that allows you to edit. Mine apparently does not. Move it over here so that it lines up with the timer, and I spaced mine too far. Okay, GTV will start in. There you go. There you have your timer. That's what it should look like. Now, at the end, one little finishing touch I want to pay attention to. Notice that my video fades out a little bit longer than the clock fade out. So I want to drag this right here so that they're both 1 second long. Okay, then they'll start to fade out at the same time. Same with the fade out on the, whoops. Same with the fade out on the title. I think you can add a fade to black on the title like this. No, I lied, you can't. I guess you can't customize the title in iMovie. So that's what it should look like. Boom, end of it. Then, right at the end, it should roll into the tag, the GTV tag. So you come back to your videos, which will be under whatever event you're editing in. Double click to select this little 8-second tag that we imported, and just drag it to the end of your video. So now your video will run out like this one. And then it will roll right in the GTV tag. And then good morning Lancers, and GTV starts to air. Okay? So that's what you need to make. When you're finished with this, you need to go share file. Okay. Click next. And then you're going to title this your name, or no, you're going to title it GTV intro by your name. You can put a dash in there if you want. Okay, by your name. Save it in your documents folder. Save it in your videos folder. And click save. It will then import. When it's finished importing, you need to do two things. You need to upload it to YouTube and submit it on Canvas under the project titled Intro. Then, to get full credit, you also need to put a copy of it in the Show Videos folder. Okay? If you go to the Granger Senior Film Drive, you can drag and drop a copy of your video under Granger Senior Film Public, GTV 1415, and then Show Videos. Inside this folder, I'll have a folder with your class name, 1A, 2A, whatever your class is. You put a copy of your project in that folder. By doing so, and if you've labeled it correctly as GTV intro by your name, then I'll know whose it is and I'll give you credit. I want it on YouTube as well because I'm going to make a highlight reel of what we've done on YouTube. So put it in here though, because the Show Videos folder is where the kids that do GTV, it's where they get the intros from. They grab those, copy them over, and they play them on the air. So if you're done with that, put it in there. Congratulations, you're going to get your intro played on GTV, most likely. So, and hopefully you'll get a good grade on the project. All right? Good luck with that. If you have any questions, come see me, but my first response will be, did you watch the video? And if you haven't watched the video, I will send you back to watch the video.